Hi, I'm Kevin Flint. I'm Group Media Director at Just Media. We're an independent full-service ad agency based out of the Bay Area in California, also with an office in Austin, Texas. Uh, our bread and butter is in B2B tech. We also do a lot of work in B2C, but a lot of brand and demand programs, media, data, and creative, and B2B tech especially. We obviously cover a pretty wide swath of media channels and stuff like that. So I'll try to cover a few of the high level trends that we're seeing right now among our clients. As others have mentioned, there's certainly been some hot categories and some colder categories. Our clients that are involved in security, remote work, business continuity, all those types of things. It's been super, super hot. Others are maybe trying to figure out how they go to market right now. Do they slow down? Do they pivot? Certainly we see kind of a demarcation in segments based on what you offer. Those that are in those hot categories have been super urgent to get into market with new messaging. So our timeline for planning has gone from weeks to days to hours. There's been, videos filmed over weekends that started as a whiteboarding session on a Friday and they're on TV on Tuesday, things like that. But certainly with CEOs and CMOs involved, even at public companies. So that's a very different trend. There's a sense of urgency and
so is there more money being spent or just more urgency?
So far, what we're seeing is reallocation of other planned funds moving forward and getting to market right now with hey, this might be additional. We don't know. We don't have time to figure it out. They just know they have money that's existing right now and it has to be used for purpose right now.
Right.
So this, we need to see how this turns out after this initial action happens because there's some pent up need to get out there. Branding's been really the major focus, to be honest with you. The demand activities have been ongoing as planned for the most part. The brand effort and really with purpose-driven branding has been the change.
The branding means there's no ROI per se. It's just getting the name out.
Well, it doesn't mean that. We know what the world is right now, right? Brand dollars do have to show some activity, but the idea is, clients are saying we have to get out there and tell how we can help our customers during this time, as opposed to here's all the things that we sell you. And a lot of the content and creative was not for the time. So there's been a lot of refresh and a need to get out there and say, we're here to help you and to be a resource instead of the same tone they may have had 2 months ago. A lot of our clients are very focused on social listening to see how this is resonating. And so they're listening to, what's being said on Facebook and LinkedIn. Are we being perceived well as we're still marketing, or are we getting hit by trolls? They're very hypersensitive to perception of are we going to get nailed for trying to sell our way through COVID, for example? So there's sensitivity. We have seen, anecdotally from clients that some deals are speeding up and being very hot in the pipeline, others are slowing down. Anecdotally, again, the Fortune 1000 I'm hearing are having more of an impact on slowing down deals versus smaller companies. Maybe the digital transformation that has to happen among smaller companies maybe is able to go faster. And from a media mix perspective, and our advice to our clients has been, and we're seeing this, is diversification. Huge rise in TV among B2B, not Dell, not IBM, but smaller B2B companies where we're suddenly doing YouTube, connected TV, and for the first time with B2B clients as a way to get out there. Nielsen reported 85% rise in streaming hours the first 3 weeks of March.
So more video.
That's massive. And YouTube's seen a spike. And so we have brands that otherwise never would have had a conversation about TV, at least not yet.
So I would think that the event money could be moving toward webinar type of moves.
Potentially, I think the challenge we see is calendars are full. And I know we all feel that, I think, personally in our own lives. I think there's going to be a real inventory crunch among attendees. Where do you get that time on somebody's calendar? Because
people are too busy.
Everything that shifted from a 5-minute tap on the shoulder to a 30-minute Zoom. We have to, I think, culturally change some of our norms about ending meetings early and not having them be scheduled in quite the same structure. I do anticipate some challenge in actual attendance and time spent in some of these virtual environments if we oversaturate the market.
Right.
So we're very, cautious about not moving every live event dollar into virtual. and let's see how some of these platforms perform against others.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
yeah. In my entertainment recommendation, I love the Tony Kornheiser Show podcast, if anybody's familiar. Sports, politics, pop culture. And if you want to hear a host do live reads against his will, it's hilarious. It's just, it's so bad, it's great. And I
That
love
sounds
it.
good. I need a diversion. Thank
Yes.
you for that. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for joining. But we're not originating the budgets though. None of us is really. And Kevin, I guess, is the closest to it because you're acting on behalf of the people. I mean, they're saying, here's some money or not.
I think, my guidance, to my own team on this and to my clients has been, in B2B at least. I also work in B2C, but in B2B, we have to remember there's a layer in between our customer and the impact of these economic downturns. If you own a bar or a pub, you feel the pain day one. If you're an enterprise software vendor, it's not until the customers of your customers feel the pain and start to change their behaviors. There's a bit of a delayed reaction. And so what we've been guiding is especially if you're in a hot market, is yes, continue on, but don't assume that your strategy is still working. You still have to act as if you need to change and adapt because you may not be seeing the negative signals yet. And so pay very close attention to purchase intent signals, behaviors, all those BDR conversations where you're being told, yes, let's talk now, or no, leave me alone. I can't deal with you right now. You have to be very hyper aware of those signals, and the old nurture tracks and marketing automation tracks and things that worked 3 months ago should be mothballed because you have to act, with a sense of urgency and listening to data, and don't assume that things are great just because your budget may cut you. It's a bit of proactivity, and those brands that do that will be much stronger through this. The example was given of previous downturns than those that don't change anything and just wait for the impact to hit. So hopefully the more adept marketers and those that have the resources to do so will continue to invest in new brand, new content, smart demand gen tactics, really fine tuning how they do things and not just throwing money into, purely top of funnel, massive volume stuff, and being very smart about how they do these things. That's the key to all of it. And we might start to see more pain in B2B in 2 weeks, in 2 months. Yeah, I think we're immune. But if we're smart, we can mitigate the problems there and even find some opportunities.
That's good. So it's still it's optimistic overall. At least that's what I heard.
So, you have to be. Good. I mean, what's the alternative, right?